Having a reasonably hard time getting pictures in Turkmenistan at the moment, so hopefully this won't get deleted. Mountain range that we're running beside as we head towards Mary. Turkmenistan is the second largest state in Central Asia. It is also one of the most isolated and repressive countries. It received very few visitors, and those who managed to travel to the country will be able to see a country that is still under strict control and supervision. Morning. Well, we just had our first night camping in Turkmenistan. Bit of road noise, lots of trucks during the night, all night long, but at least we've got some sort of distance away from the road. We're heading off into the desert where it's as flat as, and expect to be a nice hot day. Yeah, it was $80 for a hotel in Ashgabat, so we wasn't going to stay there. Plus the problems of ATMs and exchanging money. In 2009, a gas pipeline was opened through to China, breaking Russia's stranglehold on Turkmenistan's gas reserves. Alcohol consumption is normal for most men in Turkmenistan. In the 1950s, the canal was built. It was about 1,375 kilometres long, draining the Amudarya River. It also resulted in diminished water flow to the Oral Sea, so they could grow cotton. The road used to go through Turkmenistan. Turkmenistan declared its independence from the Soviet Union on the 27th of October 1991. It has an autocratic government and large gas reserve. Historically, it was a pastoral nomads and herders of sheep. Capital was called Ashgabat. It's also about, Turkmenistan is about 80% desert. The country of Turkmenistan has a population around about 6.4 million people. The country is made up of more than 24 major tribal groups. Well, we're in Mary at the moment. Hopefully I'm allowed to take some pictures here. We'll see and find out, and they come along and delete them. Yeah. There's a hotel across here. $40. Visa is required before entering, and that's not an easy process. It first became absorbed by the Russian Empire in 1869, and in 1924 it became part of the 93% of the population is Islamic, about 5% of the population is Russian, nearly 6% of the population is Uzbek. Turkmenistan is the world's fifth largest reserves of natural gas. The Ashgabat earthquake in 1948 killed over 110,000 people. Some 2/3 of the population were killed in the earthquake. Turkmenistan is bordered by the Caspian Sea and is largely covered by the Karakum desert. This is my room in Mary. Got TV. Check out the bathroom. It's cost me about $40 at this place. Flush toilet. Rubbish bag there. Lots of water bottles. South. Okay. Yep. It's morning shots and news. Well, we're heading into proper desert now. Not much traffic on the roads. About 9:45 at the moment. Now the way from the cotton fields. There's a Swedish girl ridden from Sweden, going across the Turkmen desert. Mary is about 37 kilometres from Ashgabat. Ashgabat is about 280 kilometres from Mashhad in Iran. Turkmenistan is bordered by the Caspian Sea and largely covered by the Karakum Desert. Imagine riding your bicycle across this lot, at least on the road. Ashgabat entered the Guinness Book of Records for the highest number of marble buildings. 543 marble buildings. Nice desert scenery, isn't it? At least there's a bit of a wind. Or about 960 kilometres from Tehran. Wow, these might be my last pictures for Turkmenistan. Well, I think this river's in flood at the moment. Paid a bit of a toll, I think, at the bridge that they're going to be building. It's one of the rivers or canals that are feeding the cotton industry over here. Mostly with nobody living in them. And Ashgabat also had the tallest flagpole at 133 metres. Smartland was named a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It was originally built over 600 years ago. It's about 290 kilometres from Smartland to Dushbane in Tajikistan. It's around 40 kilometres to the border of Tajikistan from Samarkand. Young people aren't allowed to grow beards, and black cars are not allowed. Turkmenistan had 8,900 visitors last year. Around about half of the population live in Samarkand. Several theories reckon that Samarkand was continuously occupied for over 2,800 years. It's made up of about 85% Uzbeks, 2% Russian, and the rest of its population is made up of... Well, we've left Samarkand. We're heading towards Tajikistan now, but we'll probably spend a night camping. Current scenery. It's a little bit cooler, but a great gain in altitude. Curious cents per litre in Turkmenistan. Alexander the Great once occupied Uzbekistan. It was part of the Persian Empire. Medium age is 27 and a quarter of the population is under 14. Genghis Khan and the Mongols captured the country in the 13th century. Russia ruled it for nearly 2 centuries. Uzbekistan has about 35 million people. The Uzbeks are made up of a mingling of people from Iran, Mongol and Turkic tribes.
Do you anything I can tend to do something on the bike or?
Only men over 70 years of age are allowed to have a beard.
Scenery
There is a public holiday in Turkmenistan for watermelons.
Sort of turn around.
Turkmenistan is the only country in the world that is recognised as being neutral by the United Nations. From Miri to Turkmenabat is about 256 kilometres, then 42 kilometres to the Uzbekistan border from Turkmenabat. Well, we've stopped here. It's probably 1 o'clock in the afternoon at the moment. Probably next stop will be lunch. We're heading towards Tajikistan at the moment. We'll probably end up camping somewhere tonight, and I'm not sure where we'll be camped, but it'd be quite nice if we actually camped in the middle of the desert. Might be quite possible actually, because there seems to be a whole lot of tracks out into the desert. And hopefully have a night under the stars. Well, away from the traffic noise, hopefully. If we get a couple of kilometres out there. Turkmenabat is about 100 kilometres to Bukhara. From Bukhara to Samarkand is about 275 kilometres. Tashkent is the capital of Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan has about 35 million people. It is at home to one of the world's largest open pit gold mines. The gold pit is 3.4 kilometres by 25 kilometres and 160 metres deep. Gold accounts for 44% of the country's exports. It produced over 100 tonnes of gold in 2020. Cotton is known as white gold here. It makes up 17% of the exports. Every year the government forces about 1 million people to pick cotton. The gold mine is the second largest annual production at 66 tonnes. We are now travelling alongside the border with Afghanistan. It looks like the flooding is a result of glacier and snow melting. The area around Bukhara has been inhabited for more than 5,000 years. The name Bukhara is thought to have derived from the word for Buddhist country. Genghis Khan besieged Bukhara for 15 days, 1220. Bukhara is 230 kilometres west of Samarkand. The first recorded settlers in what now is called Uzbekistan were Eastern Iranian nomads. Because Samarkand and Bukhara are on the Silk Road route, they became extremely wealthy cities. Muslim conquests from the 7th century onwards assisted the Arabs in bringing Islam to Uzbekistan. Mongol conquest of Uzbekistan under Genghis Khan happened during the 13th century. One estimate is that 11% of the world's population was killed during or immediately after the Mongol invasions. Well, it looks like we've got ourselves a full moon nearly tonight. Just a bit of cloud. Around 37 to 60 million people. Sound of crickets. The Mongol tactics were a collective slaughter of the population, destruction of property if anybody resisted, ensuring success for them. In the 19th century, the Russian Empire began to expand and spread into Central Asia. There were around 200,000 Russians living in Uzbekistan in 1912. During World War II, 1.5 million from Uzbekistan fought in the Red Army for the Soviet Union. Morning, well, I'm going to pack up and head towards the Tajikistan border, which is about 120k away. Some 270,000 people from Uzbekistan died in World War II. On the 31st of August 1991, Uzbekistan declared independence. Uzbekistan has a population of around 36 million people. Uzbekistan is defined as an authoritarian state with limited civil rights. In 2018 it was listed as one of the worst 11 countries in the world for political rights and civil liberty. Uzbekistan mines around about 80 tonnes of gold per year. It is the 5th largest exporter of cotton. Cotton is known as white gold. Alcohol is a regular routine, and some drink as much vodka as Russians do. It's rude to place bread upside down in Uzbekistan. Petrol or gasoline is about $1 per litre. Petrol is around about 60 cents US per litre in Tajikistan. Bukhara is about 100 kilometres from the Turkmenistan border. Samarkand is about 270 kilometres by road from Bukhara. Bzbekistan in Tajikistan's capital and largest city. It has a population of about 1.2 million. Tajikistan has a population of around 10 million people. Tajikistan is famous for the Pamir Highway. Pamir Highway has the world's second highest road. Tajikistan declared itself independent from the Soviet Union in September 1991 and almost immediately went into a civil war lasting 5 years. It's a DRZ 400. Tajikistan is known for its rugged mountains, popular hiking and climbing. Tajikistan has around nearly 10 million people. The capital city is called Bzbekistan. Its people are mostly Persian speaking, from the Iranian ethnic group mainly. 93% of the country is mountainous, and 50% of Tajikistan's territory is over 10,000 feet. The Tajik culture has been around for about 2,000 years. Tajikistan is the poorest country among the former Soviet republics because less than 7% of the land is arable. Cotton is the predominant crop. 84% of the Tajiks population is Tajiks. Well, we're about 100 kilometres from Bzbekistan at the moment, heading towards Korong. We're finally into the mountain scenery. 84% of Tajikistan's population is Tajiks. 12% of the population is Uzbeks. The Wakhan corridor in Afghanistan is a small sliver of land that is considered reasonably safe. Tajikistan has the second highest dam in the world. World's longest glacier outside the polar regions. The glacier is 77 kilometres long. The capital city, Bzbekistan, which means Monday in Persian. The water looks pretty dirty down there. Snow melt. Bit of mining activity down there. It sits on a crossroad that once had a large market that took place on Mondays. The dam is 300 metres high. It was the tallest until 2013. In 2016, work began on what will become the next world's tallest dam, the Gun Dam, which will reach 335 metres when finished in 2028. Tajikistan means the place of the Tajik people, and in Persian suffix stan means place or country. There are more than 1,000 glaciers listed in Tajikistan, and Tajikistan is home to the second highest flagpole at 165 metres. Tajikistan shares a 1,300 kilometre border with Afghanistan. Monobrows are celebrated in Tajikistan. It's one of the main routes for heroin from Afghanistan. Tajikistan has 14 ethnic groups, 95% Sunni Muslim. It is bordered by the countries of Uzbekistan, Kurdistan, China and Afghanistan. Aluminium production accounts for 40% of the country's industrial output.
gerade zu, das ist auch überflutet.
Und welches ist jetzt, wo wir sind anschauen?
Das ist das hier, das ist die M41.
M41.
Da sind wir gestern 20 Kilometer
Ja, das ist die gewesen, ja.
Und das ist auch, wo wir gestern waren, das war gar nicht der Ding, der Werner Recht, wie heisst das? Kannst du das lesen? Und wir haben heute wirklich eine kurze Etappe von Chorog nach Ishkashim. Das ist der südlichste Punkt unserer Tour. Und ziemlich in der Mitte wäre das Hot Spring.
Jealous.
Yeah, it's the easier way driving, no?
Ah, yeah.
this bike because one of the things had broken on the back there. Okay. Well, this is Karog. They've just crossed over in towards Iskashim now. It's a big park right there. Well, we're checking out the Afghanistan side of the border. The river hasn't gone down much. Beautiful scenery just like this all the way along the river. Just heard a boom then. As long as there's not a whole lot more of them. Did you hear that? Yeah. Looks like a pretty quiet day. Starting to gain altitude. I can certainly feel it in my breathing. A few donkeys out here. Bit of local music over there. Generally a lot of this scenery. The road's been pretty good at the moment. Better go check the map to see how far we got to go. Well, we're now in Afghanistan. We just crossed over before. We're looking at Iskashim across here, in Tajikistan side of the river. We're going to be following this road here for a while, quite some time, because it's really bumpy and slow. In fact, we don't know how far we'll travel at the moment, because I'm barely making 20k an hour, if that. I'm going through constant forwards and bumps, and we don't want to cause any engine damage to the side of my BMW. Yep. Afghanistan. certainly a lot of people looked at me going through some Afghan villages. Hadn't seen a big adventure motorcycle before for a while, I guess. That's where we stayed last night. Well, some pictures up there. Pictures up there. Perhaps the owner up that one. Perhaps the owner there. Hey, we're on record at the moment. We've got the little family here. This one's the daughter. They'll probably be posing for a photograph. But yeah.